Hello and welcome back to Cooking Made Easy with Teta Foods. In this podcast, I'll be talking about the basics of seasoning meat in the Middle Eastern dishes. I will also be sharing one of my favorite recipes that I learned from my mother is chicken baked in the oven. Now, there are three basic techniques in cooking meat in the Middle Eastern cuisine. Now, when I'm talking about meat, I'm referring to like either lamb, chicken, or beef. The first technique, it's one of the most common one that people are familiar with, is grilling. When you grill meat like chicken kebabs or beef kebabs, you always have to season them. And one of the most common seasonings that is used for grilling meat is either the seven spices, or some people, they use seven spices, Middle Eastern spices. And myself personally, I actually use just individual spices like cinnamon, cloves, allspice, and salt. This is one of the most basic way of seasoning meat kebab. The second way of cooking meat is in stews. Now, stews in the Middle Eastern cuisine, always you start by stir frying your meat first. However, we all know that stir frying meat gives some gamey flavor. And the only way you can get rid of that gaminess is when you season your meat. And as I said, mentioned previously, is the most common seasoning is the seven spices. However, myself, I use different method of seasoning my meat. For red meat, for example, the most common way for me is cinnamon and allspice. They give really a nice aroma to the meat after you season it and you saute it before starting your stew. If you're doing chicken has a different seasoning. I also use allspice and cinnamon, but sometimes if you're making like soup, sometimes we use like bay leaves, or we use cloves, or we use a little bit of they call it Arabica gum. You crush it into powder to really get rid of the gaminess of the meat. And lastly is the baked meat in the oven. And like when they bake a leg of lamb, or when you bake chicken in the oven or any other type of meat, you always have to season it. And myself, for example, today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite recipes is the baked chicken in the oven. If you're baking meat, always you're going to have the same thing. You have to season it with allspice and cinnamon. If you want to go further beyond that, get the seven spices, Middle Eastern seven spices, which also have cardamom, cloves, and nutmeg, and many other spices in it. So I'm gonna jump to the baked chicken in the oven. That's one of my favorite recipes, and I'm gonna give you two versions of it. The first version is the way my mother used to cook it. It's really delicious and easy to make. It may take a little bit of time in baking it in the oven. However, if you prep it sooner and when you season it and marinate it, you should be good on time. So here's the ingredients for cooking it from scratch for the first version. You're gonna need like a full chicken. I prefer myself use a piece of chicken that are on the bone, not deboned, because they have more flavor in them. And you will need spices. I use clove, cinnamon, and allspice. You need salt. You need lemon juice, garlic, and lastly, olive oil. So you spread your chicken, you lay them in a pan, and you sprinkle and be generous with it. Don't feel bad about putting enough spices, seasonings on it. I sprinkle the cinnamon, allspice, and the cloves, and then I add to it the mashed garlic and like a cup of lemon juice and about half a cup of olive oil. You mix it really well, and then you lay them flat in the pan. And finally, you top it with country-style fried potato. They are cubed and fried prior to baking. Otherwise, they wouldn't be baked enough, and they will taste kind of mushy if you don't fry them prior to baking them. You fry them and then you top them on the chicken, and you set your oven at 400 degrees and bake your chicken till it's well done. And typically, if you're making a small amount, like one chicken, it takes on average hour and a half. Specifically, if the chicken was cold prior to it, if it wasn't set outside, it'll take about hour and a half. If you're gonna cook more than that, two chicken, it may take up to 2 hours. Afterward, you can enjoy your chicken with either salad, like Lebanese salad, which is simply romaine lettuce, lemon juice, garlic, and olive oil. Or you can enjoy with dipping it with Teta Foods garlic sauce, which is, I'm gonna show you the jar. It's really delicious dipping the chicken in this garlic sauce. Now, the whole purpose of this episode is to making cooking easy with Teta Foods. I have the second version of making this chicken in the oven. The second version is simply use the shawarma marinade. The shawarma marinade has all the spices and the seasonings that I was talking about. It has the olive oil, it has the garlic, and it has the lemon juice. The recipes on the bottle typically use like about a half cup per pound of meat. You pour it on the chicken, mix it with it, and lay it in the pan and do the same process as you did before. And this is basically it. And I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And please feel free to share with me your experience if you decide to make it. Thank you for visiting our podcast. Please subscribe to it to avoid missing future episodes, and leave us a review to help others find us. If you have any questions or topics that you would like to discuss, please email them to productinfo@tetafoods.com.